Hey everyone, welcome to the 9 a.m. live chat. I am Heather, and guys, we come to you live each and every day, so you learn more about Luminous, what it is, what it's about, how to do it, product questions, anything and everything we're discussing. So I have some products out here that I want to use. And so, good morning, Candy. How are you? We are going, I bit my side of my mouth last night, like right here, and it hurt so bad. So if I talk funny, that's why. But guys, we come to you live each and every day to see products. And so, you know, we do these 5 times a day. And so I want them to be useful. I want them to even, you know, bring up questions that you may have. And what was it? The 5 o'clock yesterday, we had some, I loved it because we had one lady on there that wasn't that happy. And I love that because she's not happy because she didn't give it a chance and she's not doing it correctly, right? We all know that. And so it's good for people like that to come on because we show them, hey, you're not experiencing it the right way. And yes, you might not do it right the first time, but if it's not doing what we say it can do, then you're not doing it properly. Because if you're doing it the right way, you love it. Bottom line, because it's traditional makeup, I'm talking mainly foundation. You buy a traditional foundation to do one certain thing. Like, I want a full coverage foundation. Okay, you have this, this, and this. I want a tinted moisturizer. Okay, you have this and this. And that's all that can do. Whereas Luminous can be everything for everybody. The days I wake up and I want a tinted moisturizer coverage, Luminous. The days I wake up and I'm like, ooh, I'm going out for a friend's birthday on Friday, tomorrow. I'm going to spend more time. I'm doing that with Luminous. And so if you hear anyone that is unhappy with Luminous, tell them to jump in on our chats. I promise we will work with them through it. You know, like, they need to understand that there is a learning curve, that it, you know, hey, it's going to take a second. You've been doing traditional makeup. Chances are the first time you put on Airbrush and the first time you Luminous, you're going to put it on like traditional makeup. And that's not how you put it on. It's different. Why do you think I've been doing these live chats for 5 years, 5+ years? It is different. Can you show me another company that cares? It's not like, hey, buy our product, buy our product, buy our product. Okay, bye-bye. We are here for you. We are I want you to love it as much as I do. Bottom line. And so that's why we come to you live every day, Monday through Friday, several times. All right. Which is better, final seal in the can or final seal in the, Jacqueline, that's kind of a personal preference. I was like, that's kind of a personal question. It's a personal preference. Oh yes, Candy, I do too. They do the same. So it really is a personal preference. I like the can. I was seeing if I had some. I think I have some down there. I like the can just for the smell alone. And the spray's it's cooling. And so that's why I like it. But I have the spray too, the airbrush one. Excuse me. But I like it because it's the smell. That is all. It smells like tropics. It smells so good. All right. Brushing eyebrows. We went over eyebrows yesterday. And it was I think very informative. I mean, I didn't think I was going to talk. I didn't think I could talk 30 minutes about eyebrows, but who knew? So we did eyebrows yesterday. So if you want to go back and look at that, you can. And I'm going to do my eyebrows now. I'm going to start trying to get in the habit of doing one side versus and then the other, because I usually switch back and forth. That's just what I do as a makeup artist. But I think it's important to show the difference, right? But before we do that, I almost forgot. Let's go over the basics real quick, because we're going to talk about that too. But let me show you the kit. This is one of our starter kits. We have different ones. And so this one is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro. It comes with 2 bottles of foundation, a Love, and a blush. Now we give you notice the 2 bottles of foundation, and then you'll hear me say, you're using 10 times less makeup. Well, then why are you giving me 2 big bottles? Well, think of this starter kit as your practice kit. I want you to get in there. I want you to mess up. If you're messing up, that means you're using it. And 2, that means that you're working with it. You're trying to get it, okay? And you'll learn from the mistakes. I can tell you it should be dry instantly. I use 5 to 7 drops to get my full coverage. I can, it doesn't settle into wrinkles and crinkles. It lasts all day. If yours doesn't do that, let's talk. Let's figure this out and what you're doing, what we need to tweak that you're doing. I don't even like saying that what you're doing wrong. We just haven't experienced it the right way yet. And so what do we need to tweak to get you there? If you're using 20 drops right now, guess what? That's fine. That's fine. Each and every time you use it and you put the airbrush in your hand, you're learning. Okay, so every time I have this, I'm learning. And then now let's look real quick to our instructions. We want you to do the following things right down here. When you're airbrushing, keep it moving. When you get it out of the box, you plug it in, because that's the only thing you have to do. It comes put together. When you turn it on, there's air that comes out. Move that stylus around, keeping it 4 finger widths away, just using the air. Just using the air. It feels amazing. When this becomes second nature, you're holding it the correct distance and you're feeling that air, that you got it. Then put water in here and then start pulling back on the trigger. That's one thing I separate that, because the pulling back of the trigger is a key. Because again, this isn't regular makeup, this is airbrush, and you want it to come out super light. You want to almost feel like in your head, I want you to say, Heather's crazy. Like, I have to pull back more. There's not anything coming out. I promise you there is. You'll be able to hear it and feel it. There's the coolness of the air, but then when the product's being released, there's the coolness of the product. All right? Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Patty. Good to see you. Renee is on vacation. Little trickster. She had this big vacation. It was so like vacation of a lifetime. And I'm like telling her business, but don't tell her. She's not here. I can do it. Vacation of a lifetime. It was, I can't even, like, it was amazing. Like, planned it, was so excited, did the countdown, and COVID. And everything was shut down and she couldn't go. So she ended up obviously not doing anything. And so they did another vacation, not to the same place. I don't even know I think they drove somewhere. But yeah, she's on vacation. Oh, Candy, you're so sweet. But Patty, I will tell her that you were asking about her. Let's see. Amber, good morning. All right. All right, so now I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil. I am going to do one side first. Let me move my... Oh, that was way too much. So if you didn't get a chance to watch my eyebrow demo that we did yesterday, go back and watch, because I literally spent the whole time on my eyebrows. So go back and watch that, because we talked about shape, we talked about how to fill them in, we talked about all of that. And so I feel it would be very helpful. And give me some thumbs up. And say, Heather is the most awesome person in the world. Heather should be president. Okay, I just laughed and messed up my eyebrow. So don't laugh when doing your eyebrow. I will, Candy. She'll be back. I think she's back the 9th. All right. I'll do that right there. I mean, come on. Look at that. This should show you how important eyebrows are. It's like, what? Okay. What? Do I have to get up? Oh my gosh, I'm amazing! Woo! So there you go. We'll need to, that we might need to practice that, do that again. All right, so now I'm gonna fill the top. Remember, I always fill in the top first, so it doesn't bring my eyebrows down. It doesn't bring my eyebrows down. And you can even use the stencils to shape them as well. I gave some to my mom and the root and brow, but I didn't explain to her what it was. There you go. And that's what she did. She actually took the stencil, put it on, and then filled it in with a pencil. I was like, you know what? That's a great idea, because then it really does help. All right. Now I'm going to use the gel, but I'm wiping some of it off to do the hair part. Hair-like strokes. Ooh, ooh. I'm going to move that. But I think I had a little bit too much. Hello, how are you? How are you, Stephen? It's a little wet because it was, I'm going to just blot it real quick. Okay, there we go. That's so much better. So I'm just taking a spoolie. What are y'all up to today? All right, eyebrows done. Now, let's get into that airbrushing. Now, we all know that I'm obsessed with Pearl now. Pearl Luminizer. I am good. We have been mixing the Pearl Luminizer with everything, like with craziness. So I've been mixing it with blush. Candy gave us the idea of mixing it with natural blush, which does have a shimmer to it. And I used it on my lids as eyeshadow, and it was gorge. So I am going to put a little in my stylus, and I'm going to use it before I do my foundation, giving me that very lit from within luminosity. So that's what Love does. Love is but it's very subtle. It's more like, you can tell the pearl is that pearlescence. The Love is more flesh color, more neutral, and it has that luminosity, but only it'll grab a little bit of light, okay? And so I'm really, as you can tell, I'm not really caring where I go. You know, I can just kind of go anywhere and everywhere. And just getting that on. Can you guys see that? Oh, you know what? I don't have my lights on. Or there we go. My screen was darker than what it should be. All right, shaking. This is Mystic Shade 3. And I'm going to go straight in to the foundation. Okay, putting my drops right in my stylus. Steven, how'd you come across our live chat, babe? I always like to know, do when you're searching YouTube, or like you're on YouTube, and everybody can answer this, like, how does it come up? I'm just curious. All right, now going, and I'm going to stick to one area and move around. I'm going to do it on my lids to cover the darkness on my lid underneath my eyes. I look up and angle the airbrush slightly down, just so I don't have the air blowing straight in my eye. Thank you, Amber. I have to say, like, I'm digging the eyebrows now. I felt like I was in a rut with my eyebrows. You know how when you keep doing, like, you just, like, you need to revamp sometimes? If I'm live, anyone can see it. So does it pop, like, if you're on YouTube and it pops up like, Luminous is live? All right, I am so digging that pearl. Love it, love it. All right, now I'm going in and I'm going to, since I did some tanning, I did the tanning tonic that grabbed some of the those pigments. So I'm going to go in and all over the world. I'm all over the world. On Facebook, we had some from India. We had some from Puerto Rico, maybe. There's a group, I think it's Puerto Rico, of stylists in Puerto Rico that love airbrushing. And when we were on Facebook all the time, they would, in fact, I probably need a message. I wonder if I can find them and tell them we're on YouTube now. Can you guys see that luminosity? I just love this. And again, the reason I do like showing you this is the fact that you can see it even after I do foundation. And what that tells you is the fact that it is different than traditional makeup, because if I put that pearl on first and then do traditional makeup, you wouldn't have seen it. Like, why? And that's what, when I used to watch, like, you would see all these makeup or people on YouTube, and they would do all this contour and highlight first and then put foundation on over. And I'm like, are you seeing that? Do you really see it? Because then you end up having to go back and contour and highlight with powders. So I'm like, I don't know about that. All right. So now, normally in the beginning, like when we start, I'm like, this is my clean face. But I'm going to use some brown eyeshadow. I'm going to do a little bit of eyeshadow. I'm going to mix pearl in with it. I'm loving it. going to do it plain, but ooh. Mixing that together. Let's see what this looks like now. All right. Oh, that place I bit my mouth hurts so bad. All right, so now I'm going to go in with a little bit of eyeshadow, just right there. It is a darker brown. And you know what? It's root and brow. But hey, I'm using it as eyeshadow because I can. Because all of our stuff works the same, right? I will have to say, like, the root and brow, it is for hair. Like, it's to latch on a little bit, but you can still use it. All right, so now I'll go in looking, kind of closing my eyes. I can feel that air, and I have enough give in my eyelid so you can see it. See how I'm not pulling back on the trigger, but see how precise that is. The closer you get, the more precise the airbrush, okay? So when we're telling you guys to do a paper towel or a piece of paper, that shows you. If I keep it 4 finger widths away and I'm moving and barely pulling back on that trigger, that Kleenex, paper towel, whatever, should be smooth. No streaking, no blah, blah, blah. Then if you get it and you come in closer and barely pull back, then you should see tiny, tiny marks. One thing I would suggest when you're starting out is get some like drawing paper, some thicker paper, and draw a circle, draw different size circles. Like you can draw a circle this big and a circle this big, you know, and bigger, and then airbrush in those. And that helps you understand the airbrush as well. All right. So a little bit there. Woo! Loving it. Ooh. Now, this is the other thing I like. I'll show you a trick. If you can do airbrush eyeshadow before foundation or after, it doesn't matter. But if you're worried about, like, I just had to fix that a little bit and pull, if a great way to do it, I'm just taking an index card. You can also do this with tape. I'll show you real quick. Let's see if I have tape. My daughter takes all my tape. I showed her how to bubble, like double a tape to stick stuff. And so now she's obsessed with that. All right, so now I'll use the tape. So you can use the index card and do it that way in airbrush, or take some tape. I stick it on my hands so it's not super, super sticky. And then I'll put it like that. Because I already have my foundation on, right? So that'll protect that, and then I can have overspray there. It's just not going to go past that tape. And then I can go back and forth. I'm taking my finger off to dry a little bit. If somebody's just tuning in, they're probably like, what is she doing? I am digging this chili. See, Pearl is, I'm gonna see if I can't get a discount for you guys on Pearl. See how hard that would be. All right. What do you guys think? That's pretty cool, huh? You can still see the pearl lightened it up a little bit, or gave it maybe a little bit of luminosity. I probably needed to do a little bit more. But I am so, it's a good neutral color. And then I'll blow the rest of that out. Now I'm going to take Tip Top Cleaner. Oh, you haven't seen the tape? You're gonna be amazed when I take it off. It's great when you're first starting out, or if you're not first starting out. I mean, it just takes any fear, or if there is such a thing, of, I mean, especially if you want like that real precision look, especially if you're doing like the black eyeshadow and you wanted like that real boom look, it would be great too. So throw on mascara and we are good. So now look at that line. Whoa! And I mean, you see a little bit, but there, I mean, you can't see the tape line. Look at that. Love it. So there you go. Tape. You can do Post-it or do like that. Sometimes the tape, I think, is better just because you don't have to hold it. So there you go. All right, guys. Hey, coming back. Let me know what you want to talk about, what you want to see today. Let's get, let's get funky. Let's get loose and shake your caboose and shake your caboose. All right, let me know what you want to do. If there's anything you guys want to see, we're gonna do it. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.